That orange line is friction, Mars charging us for every kilometer we drop. When automation hesitates, you feel how thin survival really is. I hit P-hour shed.
People call Mars dead. Dead worlds don't do this to you.
I run a pressure hold 10 seconds, the needle doesn't drift, confirming cabin integrity. Dust is Mars's real predator. It hunts seals, lungs, and time. That sky color is signature Mars, beautiful and completely unforgiving. Those layers aren't scenery, they're pages from a world that once moved water. I range find the cliff, repeated.
Robots see what our boots can't, weak spots that become accidents. Drone Scout drops a reflective marker puck.
Let the machine do the force. Our job is to verify the truth. The depth tone shifts and the bit retracts at spec, confirming pilot hole depth. Mars steals heat and air, so the first thing we build is control. Edge sensors flip green in sequence, confirming uniform contact and no curl. I lock the ring, the seal band centers perfectly, confirming correct compression. That ribbon is the same tool that stripped Mars, wind, endless and patient. Telemetry repeats across 3 samples. I read the height rod at the crest, it hits the notch, confirming shielding depth.
On Mars, power is oxygen, so we polish sunlight like it's fuel.
Output rises and holds on the meter, confirming improved generation.
This is the pivot. Mars stops being landscape and becomes a place to live.
Seam tension align.
That hiss is the sound of control, air that Mars can't steal. I hold the gauge seconds, needle stays flat.
Mars can be beautiful right up until it destroys what you leave exposed. Clarity check turns green, confirming reduced dust adhesion risk.
Robots hold the mass, humans guard the decisions that keep air inside. Clamp witness tabs flip green around the ring, confirming full engagement.
Ice this shallow changes everything. Water is no longer myth, it's logistics. I press a thermal strip near the pale. We don't bring Mars inside. Sealed loops keep the boundary sacred. Before we build up, we draw the boundary that keeps us alive. I confirm the drone's perimeter points match the staked corners.
The rover does the muscle. My job is to keep the plan honest. I assign anchor coordinates. Rover 1 chirps a confirmed tone. Anchors are now hardware, their permission to survive the next gust. The torque limiter clicks at spec. Paint marks align, confirming full seating.
I tension to the mark. The strap note rises and holds, confirming correct preload.
We choose a site the way you choose shelter in a storm. by reading shadows and risk. I confirm the pad center is inside the ridge's partial shape.
Cooling is invisible until it fails, so we keep clean by default.
We bank daylight now, because Mars collects payment at night. The LEDs switch to swink. High tension to the mark. The signal meter steadies without flicker, confirming stable alignment. A base isn't real until it can speak to the sky and be heard.
The tunnel isn't convenience. It's how we move without letting Mars inside.
Every connection is guilty until it proves it can hold pressure. 10-second hold, no drop, confirming the tunnel seal is airtight.
A clarity strip reads higher transmission. The indicator turns green, confirming reduced dust adhesion risk.
That glow is the first hint of inside on a planet that hates life. I run a brightness check.
The laser line stays even across the tray, confirming a flat planting bed.
If anything grows here, it will be because we engineered mercy into the environment.
No open water, only controlled pulses that stay inside the loop.
I run a 5-second pulse. All emitters respond evenly, confirming balanced flow.
Mars doesn't attack once, it accumulates until systems choke. I replace the filter, fan pitch smooths and steadies, confirming restored airflow.
If Mars is toxic, we don't argue. We process and isolate.
A dead planet shouldn't twitch, so we keep listening for the quiet movement. The status LED remains steady.
If we can report in, we're not just surviving, we're establishing presence. The return ping matches timing. Log stamp lock.
Late sol is when Mars starts changing the rules, so we lock power into survival mode.
This is Mars at work. Dust that moves like weather and acts like sandpaper. I mark the dust front speed. If dust gets inside, it doesn't leave, it becomes part of every failure. The sniffer stays silent along the seam, no chirp confirms the intake path remains sealed. Mars dust isn't just dirt. It's charged, clingy, and endlessly patient. I run a continuity test. The meter stays.
Every seal is a battlefield. Win small, or lose everything later.
The spotlight shows no glittering grit. The track looks. This isn't soil. It's a toxic chemistry, so we process before we trust. The sealed wash bag fills exactly to the mark.
I pull each lock. None slip, confirming secure containment before circulation. If perchlorates are the poison, rinsing is the first antidote, sealed and controlled.
Containment is the difference between a lab and a disaster. The seal icon stays green through the first pressure check, confirming no leak at the lid.
Mars rewards confusion, so we label like our lives depend on it. I scan 3 labels, all return green, confirming correct storage mapping. When Mars sends dust, we answer with geometry and barriers.
This sealed light is our rebuttal to a planet that stripped itself bare. I run a pressure hold. We don't find water here. We reclaim it from air. Drop shows a steady trickle.
The pad stays dry across all fittings, confirming zero leakage in the loop.
Mars only needs a pinhole, so we treat silence as a measurement, not a feeling. The wand stays quiet across the full perimeter, confirming a clean seal. On Mars, safety is separation. Raw stays raw until it earns a new name.
Cold doesn't arrive. It creeps into pipes and kills flow. Purge pressure stabilizes at target and drops cleanly, confirming the line is clear. We can't change Mars, but we can shrink the battlefield to a sealed room. The interior temperature stops dropping and holds.
Night is when audits every shortcut, so we leave none. Air is the first crop we grow. Clean, stable, repeatable. I run a short scrub test. CO.
We add a final layer because Mars strips by inches, not miracles. The height rod hits the notch at the
Tonight, nothing toxic is allowed to become airborne or confused. Confirming full hazardous inventory lockout. Now we do the quiet work, turning sealed air and light into a future.
I confirm the tray grid matches the planned map.
The greenhouse only works if the boundary stays perfect.
No pinholes, no excuses.
We're not watering plants. We're tuning a closed ecosystem to behave.
3 probe points at the target band.
On Mars, every drop is an asset, so we keep it inside sealed loops only.
The pad stays bone dry across all fittings, confirming zero leakage.
A flat needle is the closest thing to peace on a stripped planet.
If we lose comms, we lose time, so we lock the link before darkness.
On Mars, watering is not a feeling, it's a measured pulse you can defend.
No pooling appears and emitter flow matches spec, confirming controlled delivery. The first gust is always a test, Mars asking what we forgot to tighten.
Drone Scout confirms the flow line stays diverted.
We don't relax on Mars. We verify, then verify again until dawn earns it. The
Pressure and airflow remain stable with no drift, confirming we're holding through the night phase.
Dust lines are clues, Mars drawing arrows toward the weak point. The spotlight reveals a tiny hem lift.
Cold makes metal shrink, so we keep tension honest before it snaps signals.
Pumps tell the truth. If the tone changes, the system is hurting.
Flow meter holds constant for 10 seconds, confirming no cavitation.
The vibration line on the sensor drops and holds, confirming improved stability. If we can harvest water at midnight, we're learning how to live here. The recovery counter one step.
Airflow is life support. If it choker, everything follows.
Exhaust tone stays normal and steady, confirming no icing blockage.
Before Dawn gives power back, we make sure nothing broke while it was gone. I press each hinge latch, all show green, confirming no cold shift release.
The same sun that stripped Mars also keeps our lights alive, if we catch it early. Harvest mode in.
If we can say we're still here, then the habitat is real, not a hope.
The return tone matches timing.
A closed loop that keeps working overnight is the first real victory here. The counter shows.
Now we shift from surviving night to building momentum for the next sol. The temperature curve holds steady after adjustment, confirming controlled heat retention.
I mark the scoured zone with a reflective puck. Its LED turn.
The rod hits the notch at the tag point, confirming uniform berm height restored. Protection is built twice, once with mass, again with compaction.
Penetrometer resistance reaches the target mark, confirming densification.
Power returning is the signal that the habitat can keep learning, not just endure.
Output stabilizes above the target threshold, confirming robust generation.
Today Mars feels calm, but we earned that calm by building discipline into the hardware.
Differential pressure remains. We didn't terraform Mars, we carved out one disciplined pocket of inside. The pole stays vertical through a gust.
Mars was stripped, but today we proved a habitat can refuse that fate.